Hey guys, welcome to my Crafted Lock challenge. Uh, the rules of this challenge are as follows. All characters must remain within 5 levels of each other. All gear must be created by other Crafted Lock characters. And there is no auction house except for selling items that we find in the world. We also can't get any help from other players unless we're in a dungeon. On death, we have to delete 2 pieces of gear, except if we're in a dungeon, we have to delete the gear after the dungeon so that we're not ruining other players' time. You know, we want them to have fun. So, to show how painful this challenge is going to be starting out, let's watch how long it takes to kill this single plane strider. Hmm. It takes forever. And it's dead. Now, after we bash birds for about half an hour, uh, we can finally get on to some questing. Alright, now that we've bashed plenty of birds, we're going to turn in our quests and get some gear that we can only vendor. You know, we're going to pick up the next round of quests, and we're going to vendor our garbage. We're going to keep picking up quests and train track beast from our hunter trainer. At least that's an ability that we can use. Now it's back out into the world to punch some more birds to death. With each bird we kill, we watch our experience bar slowly rise, and we keep fighting to gain some passive experience as we're heading towards our quests. You guys might hear throughout this video dog noises. We just adopted a new dog today, and he hasn't settled in quite yet, so bless his little heart, you might hear him whining a bit. As we box this final bird, we are almost to our uh, quest destination at this little Taran well. We turn in the quest and then we head back for some more hunter training. Oh, this is where we picked up track beasts. And now it's back out into the wild to go pummel some cats. After a bunch of cat killing, we turn in another quest, and we head back to
Be prepared.
turn in
Today
quests to
we will
get
teach the
more vendor
Krobor much
trash.
regret, sorrow, and fear in the name of our great mother.
After vendoring that trash, we then go and pick up our hunter abilities that sadly we cannot use because we don't have either a weapon or a gun. No melee or ranged weapon. But we put the abilities on the bar regardless. Now it's back out into the plains to start beating up some pigs. After we're done pummeling the pigs, we head over to Bloodhoof Village and pick up skinning. We then head on over to Thunderbluff, make our way there, so that we can get our second profession on Hothka the Hunter. Once we get to the base of Thunderbluff, we take the elevator up, get lucky with some good timing, and ride up into the city. Once we're in Thunderbluff, we find the mining trainer and train mining. Now it's over to Dravith the Paladin, and we go ahead and delete his gear. We keep on the shirt and the pants so we're not running around naked. A little more YouTube friendly that way. And we're going to grab this quest before we go start pummeling the local wildlife. After many punches, we level up and we get to visit our class trainer for the first time. Ding. And now it's over to the class trainer
Your effort has made something
to learn
clear
our
that
first
honestly,
aura.
I wish were not true. The unchecked power of the burning crystals has maligned a much larger swath of the
That extra
Isle's
armor
natural
is going to be
balance, my
nice while we're
fault.
punching
We must
things
now
to
take
death
on more
slowly.
unfortunate.
The Sunspire held a
We go
beautiful
around and pick up
vantage of
all the
Sunwell.
quests on Sunstrider Isle.
Once, our lives have been turned upside down, adventurer, but we nonetheless carry on. It is our way. We are survivors. If you are to survive this upheaval, to carry on in your own right, then you must learn how to survive. All Blood Elves must do.
Before it's back out into the wilds to start beating up cats again.
Adventurer, I hope you're ready to get to work, because there is much for
After
you to
turning
do
in some
here
quests,
on
we
Sunstrider.
ding level 3 and then do our best Minecraft roleplay and start punching trees. And I've left these clips deliberately long so that you guys can see, like, get an idea of just how slow that this is, even on the Paladin that goes a bit quicker. This is still a slog of a challenge. We grab Solanian's orb, and then it's off to continue questing. We turn in the
Your
quest to
continued service to
kill
Blood
the
Elves is
trees,
paramount to our
grab an
survival.
axe that we can vendor,
We must all pitch in and
and
pull ourselves out of the mire.
delete
we
a
all
random
find
piece of gear
ourselves in. If
that's
you're ready to
cluttering
work,
our bags.
then let's get started. Quite a bit of thinking on the current malaise
Now that we're
Sunstrider
level
Isle
4,
suffers
our
under. One
kills are
possible
going to
course
speed
of
up even
action I
more
had
because now
pondered
we get
was to
Blessing of
collect
Might
these
and
arcane
Judgment.
slivers from the beasts
And
on
unlike the
isle.
Hunter,
In doing so,
we can use
they
these
could be
abilities
experimented on.
with just our
This
fists.
would provide a potential source of culpability. Anyway, I will tend to the research. Allow me to place this incantation on you. I believe you'll make...
We then move over to the Shrine of Drathramar, and then kill some more trees to get the Scroll of Scourge magic. We then move over to Falthrian Academy and start killing some wraiths.
It's too far away.
As we make our way to the top, we eliminate all the enemies in our way, trying to capitalize and get the most experience possible. Before moving up, we turn back and we destroy the tainted arcane wraith.
On Sunstrider Isle. Just might be someone who would have a use for the sliver.
We then box a hobo and take his head back to town.
Sunspire held a beautiful vantage
Turn
of the
in
Sunbelt.
quests and hit level
I'll
5.
Carry on in your own right. Then you must, please, feel free
We finish
to
turning
keep the
in all of our
satchel.
quests,
Also,
and
you
then
may
get
find
ready to
this
head
piece
to
of
Dawning
armor
Lane.
to be...
But before we can head that way, we gotta do some deforestation to get our experience bar up. So I've got this quick little sped up, 15 times sped up section of killing trees. Now we're heading over to Dawning Lane, and before we enter, we
If you're
turn
heading
in a
toward the
quest,
city, then I have...
and we're gonna swap on over to Gromcall the Rogue for some more pig pummeling. I've sped this up because this video is getting pretty long and repetitive at this point. We've got these 5 characters that all have the same goal right now. Get to level 5 and grab their profession. We pick up the Sarkoth quest and use our meaty green fist to bash a Scorpid's head in. And then it's over to Tazdi, the priest. He's gonna have a leg up on Gromcall because he's got spells. But his low mana means that we're still gonna have to punch a little bit. Turn on our action bars and get ready to fight. Tazdi forgot to destroy his gear straight away, but now that he's back on track, it's off to blast pigs with divine magic and divine fists. We then start killing scorpids, whacking peons, and gathering cactus apples. Oh, there's one of the lazy sons of guns. We're going to go over there and we're going to bonk him on the head, tell him to get back to work. All in today's work for Tazdi and Gromkal. Now we're going to turn in quests, and then it's going to be back to the wilds to start blasting some scorpids and some familiars. And as you can see, Priest is much quicker than anything we've had so far, but still slow. Now that every character but the mage is level 5, we hop onto the mage Frostbit and remove our gear. Now it's out into Death Knell to start killing the local wildlife yet again. We blast some bats and some wolves for a little bit of vendor trash so that we can get a little starting money for water. And doing that, we hit level 2. We skipped ahead quite a bit here, but we're to the point where we're killing the Scarlet Crusaders, and we hit level 5. After that milestone, all characters can get their professions, and while Tazdi here is running towards Orgrimmar to pick up his, I wanted to talk to you guys about what I want the end of this challenge to look like. You know, I want every character to be level 40. I want every character to get their professions to 200 or above. I also want to get all the secondary professions to 200 or above. And to send the challenge out with a bang, I want to clear the Scarlet Monastery instances. I still haven't decided whether I want to clear them on all characters or just have them cleared across all characters. Like, you know, Mage maybe do the library and graveyard, and have the Paladin do armory and Cath. But Tazdi is slowly making his way to Orgrimmar. As the canyon mouth opens and Orgrimmar comes into sight, we begin thinking of what professions to take on Tazdi. And the ones that stand out to me the most are tailoring and enchanting. So, once we get into the city, we're going to look for a tailoring trainer and an enchanting trainer. We march through the bustling city, past the head of Onyxia, past the bank, and towards the drag. Look at all these Horde players. They have no idea that running by them is a legend in the making. And just like his gear, he will craft his own legend. We pick up tailoring, and we grab the white linen shirt recipe, and then we head over towards enchanting. Enchanting is going to be very important because we're going to want to use enchanting to get a wand. I think that enchanting can only make 2 wands, so shoot might fall off pretty quick. But it's back on over to Gromcall to beat more local animals to death. Because we want him to get to level 6 so that he can use the copper dagger when we find out who we want to be our blacksmith. This is another long run to Orgrimmar. Once we get into Razor Hill, we're gonna stop off at the engineering trainer because we want our rogue to be our engineer. This man is going to be Hothka's best friend because he's going to supply him with guns. A veritable arms dealer. Once again, we're coming up on Orgrimmar, and as we walk through the city gates, we look around and then we make our way over to the leatherworker trainer and train leatherworking. It's a glorious day for Gromcall. Back on over to the hunter. We play like the huntard we are and pull a few too many mobs. And while we escape this coyote, we unfortunately pull a cougar. Oh no. Hothka fights valiantly to his last, and then dies. After we res, we delete our pity gear and run around the zone in our shame while we start gathering mines and our skins so that we can get some gear crafted. Not long after we start gathering, we run into a slight issue, which is coming up shortly. We run around the scenic zone, mining copper veins, killing animals here and there and skinning them for some ruined leather scraps, some copper ore, and some rough stones. And here is that problem that I talked about earlier, the curse of the huntard. Look at him, running back and forth, jumping and punching. Oh no! He's pulled 2 more mobs. And a third, 4 mobs total. As he runs away, he is eaten by the local coyotes and buzzards. Truly shameful. He sends gear, or mats, over to Dravith. And then we swap on over. And in solidarity, Dravith strips naked and destroys his gear. He can feel the shame from his brother Hothka. He picks up all the mats
Ever some woods
and
is a permanent
then
reminder
heads
of
out
the day.
to
Arthur's led the
secure
scourge into our beloved city. This
some
blemish is more than an eyesore, as even today it brings
cloth.
scourge from the
He used
Ghostlands
that
to Silvermoon. Go,
uh,
adventurer, and give my
copper
men a
to make
hand
himself
in
some
killing the
armor,
mindless
so he no
undead
longer
that
has to
walk
wear
down
the
dead
shame
scar.
of another. And we're out pillaging
Eversome
plague-bone
Woods is a
pillagers.
permanent reminder of the day. Arthur's led the scourge into our beloved city. This blemish is more than an eyesore, as even today it brings scourge from the Ghostlands to Silvermoon. Go, adventurer, and give my men a hand in killing the mindless undead that walk down the dead scar.
After too many minutes of farming the skeletons for a quest, we have enough cloth to craft a copper axe. But we might as well finish up this quest while we're here. Now with our coveted 2 cloth and a weak flux, we craft the copper axe. We send, behold the glory of Dravith. He sends over the copper axe to Hothka, and we pick it up, and now we can finally use Raptor Strike. And here we can see Hothka with his axe, Dravith with his armor. And now we test it out, seeing how much DPS we've gained. Incredible. We've gone from 3 DPS to 5. It's impressive. In all honesty, this axe does speed up kills by a noticeable amount, and that in turn increases our skinning speed. So now we can farm leather much quicker. We test the axe out on a plain strider, the enemy that we've probably killed the most of. Maybe right behind coyotes. Coyote. Let me know in the comments how you guys say that, because I'm Texan. I say it 2 different ways all the time. We delete some more trash so that we can keep getting materials. If you guys have made it to this point in the video, thank you for joining me on this challenge. It's both really fun and really rough at the same time. The deaths that I've had have been mostly to my own stupidity than anything actually difficult. If you've made it this far, you're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you would, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends about this video. And we are getting ready to start editing the next video. So hopefully it will be out next weekend. Thank you very much for joining me. This is Jericho signing off for now.